Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about solar microinverters and connecting them to a battery. The simplest way to explain this is most solar microinverters are running an algorithm called MPPT, which is maximum power point tracking. It basically tries to figure out how much power is coming from a solar panel via volts and amperage it can pull, and tries to output the optimal amount of power for your house. What happens is if you connect a solar microinverter directly to a battery, it detects at some point that you can pull 50 or 100 amps from this battery and just shuts down. Some microinverters have a minimal start voltage. Actually, most of them do. In the case of this one, I believe it's 22 or 40. So one battery would obviously not work. But mostly the reason why you cannot do it is because of the MPPT algorithm and something about load resistance. The way I have figured out to get around that is by using a DC to DC converter. This allows me to take 12 volts from this battery and up it to 48 volts. And I can pull up to about 10 amps out of one of these with a 97% efficiency. So the packaging says the simplest connection would be the power in on this converter, nice heavy wires, because this thing can pull up to 40 amps there. And then my positive negative would go to my solar micro inverter. I've actually had this running for a few days just to test it out. I was able to pull about 360 watts worth of power out of one of these, which is what I get on my rooftop solar. These are the same as I have on my rooftop. And 360 watts split over two phases, 180 watts per phase. So basically, the simplest connection is a battery to a DC to DC converter to a solar microinverter. I would say when choosing your converter, you have to look at the actual values on your microinverter. I picked this one because optimally, this thing wants, I think, 42 volts and 12 amps, something in there. I was able to find one for 48 volts and 10 amps, which is within the specifications of this particular microinverter. It has enough power to turn it on and enough power to maintain and run it. That's what you got to look for.